what do you think the fastest growing city in America is? Here's an interesting one for you. I just read this the other day, and they had a jingle, which I have the jingle for their city. The fastest growing city in the U.S.
The Villages.
In Florida. It is not the Villages in Florida.
San Antonio.
That's number 3. Number 2 is Austin, Texas.
Yeah, those two.
Those two are big, always. Mm-hmm. Las Vegas is number 4. But I was surprised by the fastest growing city in America. And they do have a signature song for the city. I don't know if you'd ever guess it.
Not El Paso.
It's a Midwestern city, surprisingly.
Really? Midwest?
Yeah, it's in the Midwest.
I don't think you'll ever get it.
Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio is the fastest growing city in America. Biggie's been.
I've been.
You don't like it?
It didn't impress me.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe it was just where I stayed.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't somewhere that I would think, man, this is somewhere I'm going to move to.
Is it the capital city?
It is.
And Ohio State is there.
College town, yeah. And I saw this once years ago that Columbus, Ohio, a lot of times when a restaurant will do like a test product there, like a Wendy's will put something new, they'll make Columbus a test city because it is the perfect cross-section of America. It looks just like America in terms of age, race, everything. Male, female. It's the same as all of America. And so they like to try it out there because you get a little microcosm of the whole
thing. Has some university and some blue collar.
It has older people and it has young people because of the college. It has blue collar. Exactly.
Old Rust Belt.
The song they have for it, well, this must be the thing that makes it such a winning city.
Oh, Columbus, Ohio. It's such a wonderful city. It's called Columbus, Ohio. It's got a whole lot of people. It's a great, great city. It's the capital of Ohio.
That answers your question.
All of the politicians go to Columbus to run the state. Oh, yeah, it's called Columbus, Ohio.
I think a lot of people do that for their city now. They come up with a song and put it out there.
That's not a song. Did you ever see?
No.
There's a famous movie that came out, and I think it was, I'm going to say 1978, called Animal House.
I recall the movie.
There's a scene at the Delta House where there's a large toga party going on, I believe, and John Belushi's walking down the stairs, and a young man is playing guitar, trying to impress some young ladies, sitting on the stairs. And as Belushi walks down the stairs, he grabs the guitar and smashes it.
Yes.
Oh, you want to do that to that,
Yes.
that gentleman right
and
there.
And then he says, sorry.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do to Mr. Columbus, Ohio.
That's their song.
That sounds like a third grader wrote it.
Columbus's song.
I'd say about right for the city.
Yeah, you didn't like the city.
I didn't love it.
I don't know why it's the fastest growing, but it is.
Yeah.
Fastest growing in America.
Very odd Uber experience when I was there. I went there to see Phil Collins.
Oh, that's right.
yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
And it took forever to get an Uber
Is this
leaving
part
the
of your
concert.
with a lady friend era?
I went with a lady friend, yes.
Yes.
But if I recall, and I had been drinking, we took a while to get an Uber leaving the concert, and it was a fairly small Uber, a small Nissan, if I recall. And
But you're not small.
I'm not small. And I remember opening the back door, and I looked, and I was like, I am not going to squeeze back there. And she goes, baby, just jump in and lay down.
Oh, she said that to
The
you.
driver.
Yeah,
The driver.
She told you.
So my friend sat in the front seat, and I just dove into the back seat drunkenly and
just
laid
laid
down.
there.
Yeah.
I don't see how this is Columbus's fault.
Well, it's Columbus, Ohio.
Well,
I think it wasn't. Yeah, that was more my fault.
yeah,
But,
I'd say 100% your fault. I can't even. I don't think it's the Uber's fault. I don't think it's the vehicle's
To
fault.
dive in.
I mean, you
Uber.
don't think it's Columbus's fault.
I know you may be intoxicated, but you can certainly hit Uber XL.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you could see that was the thing. We just grabbed it. It took forever, so we just grabbed
to
what
go.
was there.
You okay?
And then when we got to the hotel, it was awkward because outside it was a lot of people who were there for the concert, and so there's tons of people outside. Well, I'm laying down in this back seat, so I have to like awkwardly kind of push myself back out of the seat, butt first.
I bet nobody better not make fun of you.
Like a breach?
I'll tell you,
He came up backwards.
Like a breach.
like a breach baby. They to turn you.
Turn him in the car.
And I remember there was an older man out there smoking, and he saw me getting out that way, and he just went, "Good God!"
Let him say it to me, and let's see what would have happened. You should have called me right then. Let
Did
him.
he stub out a cigarette and go, Columbus?
Again, I don't see how this is Columbus's fault. Even, I mean, I haven't been to the city. It's the fastest growing city in America. I do not see how it's the Columbus's fault.
I remember riding in the back seat. I put my elbow, kind of like the George Costanza pose.
Oh, like
so I had my hand up and my elbow.
You're Michelle Pfeiffer in that.
I had my elbow.
In movie,
Baker Boys?
in Fabulous Baker Boys, where you're up on the piano.
Because I kind of had my knees up, and we were chatting the whole way. I was just laying down back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played in the air tonight.
Yeah, she was asking about the concert.
Sexy
she loved
pose.
Easy Lover.
Very sexy pose for you in the backseat of that vehicle.
Yeah, but you do not belong in a Sentra.
No, God, no.
No.
Absolutely don't. That it reminded me too. You're talking about parties, and we had that girl, that teenager that gave the party that was so huge, and I was never invited to Brian Thomas's parties, even though we were best friends. I never got invited because he knew that I was not a party person, and everybody else went and talked about how great they were. One time, this memory was just triggered. They went to the party. He told me about this years later. And he would always have to clean up before his parents got home. Many times they caught him because something would have been broken. You know how that goes. And so
teenagers are not thorough.
Of course. And he tried. Well, this one particular time, he cleaned everything up like immaculately because they were on to him. And they said, "Did you have a party here this weekend?" He said, "No." And they checked around. Everything was fine. But unbeknownst to him, one of his friends had taken a bunch of beer bottle caps, and there were many of them.
I'll bet.
And stood on the ottoman and placed them on top of a ceiling fan. So that when his mother, about a day later, flipped on the ceiling fan, bottle caps
It's
flew
raining.
everywhere.
Flung.
And his father was so mad at him, he got grounded for a long time. And he said, and he could never figure out who placed the bottle caps on top of the ceiling
Doesn't
fan.
matter.
Hilarious.
Oh, that's evil.
Busted.
Hilarious. Matt, you're talking about Columbus, Ohio. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. P1 out of Sterling, Virginia.
Thank you very much.
Virginia's for lovers.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. So I grew up around the area, and so up here in Loudoun County, Virginia, these data centers are everywhere. AWS, NTT, multiple data centers, and Columbus is actually on the forefront of these this data center boom, if you will. So AWS, NTT, all these major global data centers are now building massive amounts of data centers in the area.
Interesting.
Okay, so that might be why a
Good
lot of
info.
people, they're moving there to Columbus. Do you know Columbus well at all?
I'm somewhat familiar with it, yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Buckeyes fan, so yeah, of course.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
And you like
Yeah, you got to.
it's a pretty nice city. It's a pretty nice city. Not too bad.
Did you witness a large man crawling out of the back of a Nissan Sentra after a Phil Collins
But
shot?
first.
All right, but first. Don't let that taint your experience there.
Have you seen this man?
Okay.
I was singing Susu Studio as I did it.
I bet you were.
Yeah, but out of the wrong end.
Yeah. Oh, my. Thank you, Matt. That explains it.
Is there more to your list on cities there?
No, just
Just this Columbus? Okay.
Columbus was a surprise that
Yeah.
it was the fastest growing. But Austin, I would have picked, or San Antonio, like you said. They're huge now. They're getting bigger and bigger. This is what you can do to make yourself instantly more attractive. I just read this today as well. It's only 5 quick things that you can do, and other people will find you better looking. One, and this goes along with something we read a few weeks ago, wear red. Red instantly makes you look more powerful and more attractive to the opposite sex or to someone you
Just
desire.
triggers the primitive brain.
Exactly. You don't have to go all out. You don't have to be everything red, but just a red tie.
That's enough?
That's enough.
Well,
yeah.
it's attention gathering.
A red scarf, a splash of red is what they
Your
say.
attention goes to the red part of the room.
I guess that's right. Didn't they?
McDonald's,
Yeah.
red and yellow.
Wasn't it recently we said that if you're on a plane, you're wearing a little bit of red, they'll give you
Yes.
an upgraded
Yeah.
seat or
You're more likely to get better treatment.
yeah,
Politicians wear red ties.
always. And we mentioned that then that if you're in a presidential debate, usually they both wear a red tie. It just makes them look more powerful. That is something that is psychological, I suppose.
It's true.
The other thing, this is the opposite of what you
I
think.
don't have any red clothing.
No, you
I
don't
don't
like
think
red.
anyone in this room has red.
Well, now I wear that. Remember that? My FootJoy boy. My FootJoy boy.
Oh, that's
shirt
right. You do have that.
is red.
The oversized golf shirt.
The shirt is held up well, too.
Yeah, that's a good shirt, and I wear
But
that.
you wear it because it's a shirt, not because it's red.
No, and I usually don't like red clothing that much.
Do people treat you differently on the days you wear that? like every third day in the summer?
Yeah, it seems to really make a difference, I think. But one day I wore a red T-shirt, and somebody said, "Honey, red is your color." So, thank you.
What do you know?
Where were you?
I don't know what it was. I was getting out of the back of a Nissan Sentra
In Columbus, Ohio.
Ohio.
Ass first.
They'll do it.
Studio.
Yeah,
well, they're
that's-
Buckeye fans. They're Buckeye fans.
Of course.
Honey, your red is your color. Chris Demm told me years ago, and I mentioned this when the plane thing came out, that you get better treatment on a plane if you're wearing red. He wore a red golf shirt in one day, 25 years ago. And I said, that's odd for you. He said, I'm trying something new. And he never has since.
No.
It doesn't work for him.
I gave it to my dad.
Red doesn't work. The second thing is to make yourself look more attractive. Totally opposite of what you'd think. Have good-looking people around you. Good-looking friends make you more attractive because they lump you in with everybody else. You usually think you want the less good-looking people around you so that you stand out as good-looking. That's the opposite of what you'd think.
Kind of out of your control. I mean, your
Of
friends are your
course,
friends.
Your friends are your friends, right? Yeah.
There was a funny movie I took one of my nieces to see maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer, called The Duff. You ever heard of The Duff?
I've heard of it, yeah.
It's a good little movie. It's kind of a rom-com, Biggie.
It is, yeah. I've seen it.
Designated ugly fat friend. Every cool group has one Duff.
Yeah.
Teachers,
Oh, yeah.
even jocks,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
even the beautiful people have Duffs. Everybody has a Duff.
Yeah,
And if you don't know who it is,
it's you.
it's you.
Oh, well, Stephen Lynch sings that song.
Yes, he does.
Big Fat
Big
Friend.
Fat Friend.
He came in here and sang it. It's called Big Fat Friend, about when you go out to the bar, of course, to look better, look more attractive.
She got a smile, yeah, she got a smile, and she's flashing it right at me. She got a wink across the bar, and I know that it's meant to be. She got a walk, ooh, she walking over, and I know it could be my day. She got a friend, ooh, she's got a friend, while she's standing in her way. It's a big fat friend. Oh God, there's always one fat friend to spoil my fucking fun. Now baby, if it's boots you wanna knock, leave your chubbly friend at home because she's gonna block the car. Now I'm afraid of no man, with any I'll contend, but I cannot compete with your big fat friend. So big fat friend, we meet again. You won't leave her alone. You roll your eyes, make sarcastic comments while you're sucking on that chicken bone. But that's okay, you think you won the battle, but I tend to disagree. See, I know you and your Achilles heel, and he's standing next to me, my non-discriminating friend. So what that you're a cow, non-discriminating friend, I'll nail you anyhow. I know that he's no looker and he's had a couple rounds, but with every shot of Jaeger, hey, you lose a couple pounds. Now baby, bring the evening to an end. Just you and me and my pal and your big fat friend.
Let's face it, it's body shaming. It's no longer appropriate.
Is it necessary?
Is it necessary? But we love it.